Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, buddy. Tim Blaze, Chris Lee, and this week for AML.
Where's Chris Lee?
Chris Lee's off this week.
How y'all gonna give him time off and the champ is here?
Man, that's how it goes, I'm telling you. Come on out, man. We want to talk to you for a minute if we can get a word with you about your match tonight.
Sure.
Nice. Tracy's Myers, make sure you were in style there, didn't he?
Oh, man, Frank Myers Auto World. That's all I got to say right there, baby.
He's taking care of you. Tonight is you versus your best friend or former best friend. I don't know the situation right now, but I know he congratulated you for winning the title and immediately challenged you. Caprice Coleman, what do you think about your match tonight against your former partner?
Short-lived was the excitement about me being the AML champion. I'm gonna tell you why it's short-lived, because I was reminded immediately that when you become a champion, you automatically become a target. I never believed that the target that would be facing me would be my best friend, the person that I mentored, the person that I looked like as a brother, and when I met him, I was like a father to him. But you know what? That's okay. The only thing I'm disgruntled about is today is a non-title match because I just became champion. I believe I want to be a fighting champion. So if he wants to come here and y'all want to put him against me, how come it can't be for the title? I'm not scared of you. You know me, and I know you, and you know what we got to do. So if we got to do it here, let's do it today. AML, Cedric Alexander, Caprice Coleman, the champion retains no matter what.
You heard it first right here. AML Wrestling Live, the champ, Caprice Coleman.
I still love you, brother. Yep.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another main event here on AML Wrestling Live. I'm Blake Chadwick, and folks, this week we have one of the biggest main events in AML Wrestling Live history, as our heavyweight champion, Caprice Coleman, will take on his former tag team partner in CNC Wrestle Factory, Cedric Alexander, in a special non-title affair. Cedric Alexander made his AML Wrestling debut immediately following Caprice Coleman's heavyweight title win. He congratulated his partner, and then he challenged him to a match for that heavyweight title. And then, folks, over the last couple of weeks on AML Wrestling Live, we did see that matchup between Cedric Alexander and Sanjay Dutt. That was a disqualification there. Cedric could not earn a title shot, but he's been granted this match here against Caprice Coleman. And if Cedric Alexander can win tonight's main event on AML Wrestling Live, you have to believe he is in line for a title shot against his former partner. Cedric Alexander desperately wanted a title shot here tonight, but unfortunately that was not in the cards from AML management, as of course we know about the best-of-5 series between Vordell Walker and Shane Williams competing for that heavyweight title. We know Jason Kincaid's trying to get a title shot. Caprice Coleman needs, or rather Cedric Alexander needs to get in line for Caprice Coleman's title, and we'll see how soon he may be granted that title shot.
The fact that this is a non-title match is complete crap to me. Why don't I deserve a title match? I know everything about Caprice, everything. See, the only reason Caprice is champion now, because I wasn't here. That's the only reason you're champ right now. And tonight, I will prove to you and the rest of the world why I was the real talent by the CNC Wrestle Factory.
Main event time this week on AML Wrestling Live, non-title affair. Caprice Coleman, the heavyweight champion, taking on his former tag team partner, Cedric Alexander. Some mat wrestling to start here. Takedown by Coleman, goes for a quick pin. And Cedric Alexander quickly slips to the outside. And folks, you certainly have to say, these two know each other probably better than anyone else besides themselves. There's the referee counting away here on Cedric Alexander. And he looks like he's not focused on Caprice Coleman too much. Two of the top stars in the Mid-Atlantic region, formerly known as CNC Wrestle Factory. Now, things have gotten personal. Test the strength one more time. And Cedric tries the armbar, full arm drag and twist into that top wrist lock. And Caprice there, nice reversal into a top wrist lock of his own. And Cedric there grabs him by the hair, showing a blatant lack of respect to his former partner. And Caprice Coleman gonna nail him right between the eyes and send him back down to the mat. Try to gain the advantage here with this, it's like armbar now. Rolls out of it to Cedric Alexander. Grabs a hammerlock into the side headlock. And these two really putting on a fine wrestling display right here. Off the ropes, and the shoulder tackle sends him to the mat. Alexander off the ropes one more time. Leapfrog by Caprice Coleman, showing off that great athleticism. And a beautiful arm drag takedown. Goes for the hip toss, blocked by Cedric Alexander. He tries the backslide, spins him around, and a nice arm drag of his own. These two exchanging arm drags here. They go for the double drop kick. Cedric into the nip up, and we're at a standoff. As Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander worrying about the crowd right now instead of what's going on in the ring. Caprice Coleman certainly in the back of his mind has to know, regardless of what happens here today, he will still walk out of this episode still the heavyweight champion. And Caprice measuring up there, that knife edge chop ringing throughout the AML arena. And Caprice and Cedric, they're going back and forth, tooth and nail right here. Hard-hitting affair. Nice European uppercut by Cedric Alexander. Has Caprice Coleman in the ropes. Cedric goes off the ropes of his own. And the drop kick right in the kisser by Caprice Coleman. Down goes Cedric Alexander. And take a look right there on Caprice Coleman's face. 1, 2, he gets the near fall. But he added eyes, almost staring a hole right through Cedric Alexander. Putting him in position here, exposing that midsection, and that stiff kick by Caprice Coleman. We talked earlier about the educated feet of Cedric Alexander. Caprice Coleman could certainly light him up in his own right. He grabs him here, throws him into the corner to Cedric, goes for that knife edge chop, and Caprice Coleman chopping him like raw meat. As Cedric Alexander hits the mat, and these two, yes, they're former tag team partners, but no love lost here. As once Cedric Alexander challenged Caprice Coleman, and his agenda was clear. There's certainly been some animosity between these two men. And Caprice Coleman with that diving drop kick in the corner. And Cedric Alexander feeling punchy right now. He doesn't know where he is. He might think he's back in Charlotte somewhere. Looks like 1, 2, and another near fall. Caprice Coleman trying to stay on the attack here against Cedric Alexander. We know both men have an arsenal of maneuvers that they can throw at one another. As there's that super kick from a seated position. As Cedric goes down, hooks the leg 1, 2, and a near fall. A very back and forth affair this week on AML Wrestling Live. It has been a phenomenal main event as expected. And Cedric Alexander trying to light up Caprice Coleman here with these knife edge chops. The Irish whip, ducks underneath, and the kick to the midsection. Oh, and the spin kick right to the back of the head. And Cedric Alexander falls face first right on the mat, rolls him over 1, 2, and another near fall. As Cedric Alexander continues to feel loopy here, he might need to be checked for a concussion after this matchup. What a great main event this week. We're going to take a quick break. This non-title matchup continues when we come back on AML Wrestling Live.
September 27th, it's a live television taping for AML Wrestling. Winston-Salem, this is what you've been missing. The highest flying, most eye-popping, wildest jaw-dropping action. Tickets on sale right now. Hit up AMLWrestling.com. Get them as low as $5. That's Winston-Salem at the AML Arena. September 27th, join our television audience and see AML Wrestling live.
If you feel beat beat down by your old car, we've got a 3-step knockout to a nicer, newer car. Step 1, our left hook delivers up to $5,000 more than the appraised value for your old car. Step 2, our right jab can get you a $17 down payment. Step 3, and our Everybody Rides program is an uppercut that can help you if your credit has a black eye. But hurry, this offer ends on Saturday or once we've helped 67 people, whichever comes first.
Honesty, a value that seems lost in today's auto industry. At Beamer Tire and Auto Repair, we have built our reputation on providing honest and friendly service. With 2 ASE certified master technicians and industry-leading technology, the tire experts at Beamer are well equipped to service or repair any maker model on the road today. So, for all of your future automotive needs, be sure to stop by Beamer Tire and Auto Repair. We care because you can go anywhere.
We are back, folks, here on AML Wrestling Live. Blake Chadwick calling all the action for you. Caprice Coleman, Cedric Alexander, non-title matchup. These guys continuing to brawl on the outside. Caprice Coleman clears out the front row, and he throws Cedric Alexander right through those chairs. And you see this aggressiveness coming out of Caprice Coleman. He is none too pleased at the lack of respect shown to him by his former tag team partner. Cedric Alexander was not on the AML roster. He showed up here in support of Caprice Coleman, or at least we thought in support of Caprice Coleman, when he won that title and then immediately challenged him. And that back body drop right on the ring apron. And the lumbar region of Caprice Coleman has to have significant damage right now. As Caprice Coleman, he's got to be on Dream Street here, as Cedric Alexander has done a number here over the last few minutes. Referee James Hunter's up to 5. Cedric Alexander's going to roll him in. And Cedric Alexander starting to look cocky, and there's Caprice Coleman from the inside out. That Hurricane Rana, incredible move right there by Caprice Coleman. And James Hunter's count is up to 3, but Caprice Coleman has regained control here. And James Hunter's count is up to 6, as these guys brawling on the outside of the ring. And he's at 9. And Caprice Coleman at 9.5 makes it back in. Cedric Alexander misses the elbow. And Coleman, oh, look at the extension on that leg. Gets it all the way up, kicks Cedric Alexander right in the head. And then Cedric's gonna find the opening, trip him up. And now Caprice Coleman laid across that top turnbuckle and the knee right to the gut. And Cedric Alexander showing no remorse for his former tag team partner. And Cedric Alexander looks like he might be going for it one more time. He's building the momentum here. He comes in and instead just dumps him down right on his back and shows the fans here at Johnny and June's exactly how he feels about them. Caprice Coleman has over a 10-year age advantage on Cedric Alexander and nearly a 15-year experience advantage when it comes to professional wrestling. But Cedric Alexander has built a lot of momentum here in the 2010s. That back elbow sends Caprice down, and a 2 count right there. And Cedric catches his leg, turns him around, and that drop kick planted right between the eyes. Down goes Caprice Coleman. And Cedric Alexander now looks to be rolling and in control, and possibly could take this one over. Rolls him over 1, 2. 1, 2, and another near fall. 2, and a third consecutive near fall right there for Cedric Alexander, and you can start to see the frustration setting in. I can't even call him the challenger here because it's non-title, but if he does win, will probably be considered the top challenger for Caprice Coleman. Alexander picking up Coleman. Has him backed into the corner. Oh, and that knife edge chop once again just rings throughout Johnny and June's. And Cedric Alexander right now too worried about talking to the crowd. Charges in and he eats the elbow there of Caprice Coleman. Waited too long for the crowd. Sunset flip there off the top by Caprice Coleman. 1, 2. Alexander rolls through, stacks it up. 1, 2. Flips around. 1. Goes for the kick. Oh! And the knee trembler right to the face. Alexander drops down 1, 2, and 2.5. But again goes for that cocky cover. And not showing the heavyweight champion the proper respect. 1, 2. And again kicks out. Wait a minute. Coleman, crucifix. 1, 2. That's how Damian Wayne beat Raj Singh a few weeks back. Wasn't paying attention with Cedric Alexander getting as cocky as ever. And now tries to lock in that half Nelson and wear down the champ yet again. And if you want to join us, folks, again, right here at Johnny and June to see great matches like this on main events of AML Wrestling Live, be sure to check out AMLWrestling.com. Tickets starting as low as $8. You can see the entire schedule of when AML Wrestling Live is taping right here at Johnny and June's in Winston-Salem for the hottest action in the Mid-Atlantic. As Caprice Coleman drops down with that jawbreaker, tries to create an opening for himself, ducks underneath the clothesline. Here comes Coleman with a series of rights and lefts. Coleman now, little shuck and jive, ducks underneath there. Coleman ducks underneath the clothesline again, and a right hand is gonna send Cedric Alexander staggering here. Alexander tries to get back to his feet. There he is. Coleman charges in. There's a clothesline. And Coleman with the point of the elbow drives it right into the temple there of Alexander rather. The reversal, and there's a leg lariat, a modified sky splitter, but was not the official move. And he's gonna try to capitalize on it right now. And Caprice Coleman looks like he's on the attack. Can the heavyweight champion close out Cedric Alexander in this non-title affair? The Irish Whip, he puts his head down. Coleman there off the ropes. And there's the Hurricane Rana there off the middle rope. 1, 2, and another near fall. It could be time for the Sky Splitter. Looks like he might be going for a pile driver, trying to take a page out of King Shane Williams' playbook. Ducks underneath again, flips around, and there's a cutter. Drives him face first right into the mat. 1, 2, oh, 2 7/8. Alexander kicks out at just the nick of time. James Hunter's hand was about to hit the mat for a third time. And folks, what a phenomenal main event. Over 20 minutes into this great matchup. Alexander charges in now. He goes off the top there with that leg lariat. And there's a Michinoku driver. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and he kicks out. And I thought the champion was about to get pinned, but that Michinoku driver does not work for Cedric Alexander. But Caprice Coleman is on Dream Street right now. And this is an excellent opportunity for Cedric Alexander to close this one out. As Coleman remains down, Cedric Alexander here, he's got a chance to close it out. Can Cedric Alexander pin the heavyweight champion? And Cedric Alexander too worried about jawing with the crowd right now instead of capitalizing on Caprice Coleman. And Caprice Coleman looks to be completely out of it now. Cedric Alexander again, way too worried about the crowd. He picks him up, but a vertical suplex up and over. He's gonna roll with him here. Almost taking a page out of his partner's playbook. We've seen the Trinity before. Those rolling Northern Light suplexes by Caprice Coleman. But the rolling suplex is on display here by Cedric Alexander. But Coleman's gonna back him into the corner there. Caprice in a desperation situation now. He got him. Oh, and here comes the Trinity. Almost on cue. 1, 2. Can he get the third one? The rolling Northern Light suplexes. Alexander's gonna block it, and Cedric Alexander is gonna suplex Caprice Coleman, and once again, he's gonna roll with him. And there's the third one. Can he hold the bridge? Oh, he can't hold the bridge. You have to pin 1, 2. And Alexander kicks out, but if Caprice Coleman could have held that bridge, we very well could be talking about the champion winning this matchup. Non-title affair. What a main event again this week, folks, for AML Wrestling Live. As Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander leaving it all out in the ring right now. Ducks underneath the clothesline once again as Caprice. There's that claw hold STO. Caprice Coleman calls that the blessed TO. And both men are down here. This main event is hanging in the balance on AML Wrestling Live. This crowd here seemingly split between the two down the middle. The Let's Go Coleman, Let's Go Cedric chants here ringing throughout this arena. And these two on their knees, fighting for desperation here, showing how much the AML heavyweight title means to Cedric Alexander, that he wants a shot at it. He's gonna go right toe-to-toe with his former tag team partner.
Come on, you bitch!
And Cedric Alexander, those are fighting words here, as these guys lighten each other up like a Christmas tree. Alexander off the ropes now, and he walks right into that spinning enziguri. That spinning kick right to the head. And he follows him up there with a drop kick. And the exploding drop kick in the corner. Cedric Alexander now, trying to put him in position. Down goes Caprice Coleman. He climbs up top now. He might be looking for the overtime here. And there it is. This one could be going to overtime if he can't convert. 1, 2, and Coleman is able to kick out at 2.5, and Cedric Alexander looks stunned. He thought that was the finish there. And he's ready to take those bare fists right to his former tag team partner. As Alexander is going to take Coleman, ram him head first into that top turnbuckle. And Cedric with a knife edge chop.
Come on, champ! The real champ is Cedric.
Putting him in position now. High risk territory for both men.
Come on, champ!
Could a superplex be on its way? He looks like he's going for it here. And Caprice Coleman here trying to fight him off. Coleman. Oh, and he's going to nail Cedric Alexander all the way down to the mat. He's down. Caprice Coleman putting himself in position. He's up there. And there's the Sky Splitter. He nails it. Holds the pin. 1, 2. Wait a minute. Who's this? He pulls the ref out. Did he count 3? That is the Tommy Thomas. I have seen him before, but never in the AML arena. Tommy Thomas is a known manager all throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. And referee James Hunter saying, you got to get the hell out of here. As I have absolutely no idea what's going on. What is the referee's official decision? The Tommy Thomas comes out. Wait a minute, there's Cedric Alexander. He nails him. Alexander hits it with that lumbar check. 1, 2, 3, and the lumbar check is gonna do it.
Cedric Alexander!
Cedric Alexander has just pinned the AML heavyweight champion with a little assist from the Tommy Thomas.
Champion Caprice Coleman.
This, of course, was non-title. Alexander's gonna embrace the Tommy Thomas right in the center of the ring. This had to be some master plan. This was all a ruse the entire time. Tommy Thomas has now put the AML heavyweight title on the shoulder of Cedric Alexander. And this has apparently been a plan from day one. As Cedric Alexander and the Tommy Thomas, as Caprice Coleman tries to go right after him. I guess we could say at least Tommy Thomas and Cedric Alexander didn't make out of the AML arena with that AML heavyweight title. But you have to believe before Cedric Alexander even came to Johnny and June's to congratulate, oh, wait a minute. As Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander, they're brawling all around the ringside area. Tommy Thomas got nailed. As these two are going at it, this match is long over. Oh no. As Cedric's gonna pick him up and just slam him there right on the side of the ring on that apron. And Cedric Alexander pulls him in the ring. What's he gonna do with him here? Oh no, oh no. He's gonna go for it again. He was trying to hit that lumberjack one more time. That's how he won the matchup. These two brawling all over the ring. He's trying to choke him out now. We need security, we need officials out here. They gotta put a stop to this. Cedric Alexander and Caprice Coleman going at each other. Alexander and the Tommy Thomas have bailed. But once again, folks, you have to believe this is their master plan since day one, before Alexander came out here and congratulated Caprice Coleman for winning that heavyweight title. What an unbelievable main event for you this week on AML Wrestling Live. An instant classic between two former tag team partners as CNC Wrestle Factory looks like it exploded.
Cedric, I loved you like a brother. You stabbed me in the back. You got your little dweeb to execute the punishment. I won't even acknowledge that title until I break your neck.
Well, Caprice Coleman is still the AML heavyweight champion since this was a non-title matchup. Check out AMLWrestling.com, AML Wrestling on Facebook, and of course our YouTube channel for all the latest matches, online exclusive interviews, plus much, much more. And maybe we can get some information on the Tommy Thomas and Cedric Alexander after the actions we just saw in this main event. But folks, on behalf of America's Most Liked Wrestling, I'm Blake Chadwick. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of AML Wrestling Live.